welcome to Faith Over Fear Conversations with ShaE. God has granted us a new day, new opportunity to share our gifts with the world. I am DJ ShaE with an E, and today I'm excited to have a conversation with Julien, aka Vyznary. Born and raised in East Hartford, Connecticut, now residing in sunny Florida, Julien, aka Vyznary, knew since the age of 3 that he wanted to play basketball in the NBA, but the ball bounced in another direction for him as he grew a love for creating music about his experiences and emotions. He's now looking to share his words with the world and impact as many people as he possibly can, while at the same time providing for his family and doing something he feels he was created to do and enjoys with a passion. Current day, Vyznary is a blessed family man and artist, songer, songwriter with a hot new single this year, which is available on all streaming platforms, social media apps. His new single is titled Gotta Be About Me. Gives us spring, summertime jam vibes, and today he's here on Faith Over Fear to talk about his journey, how he got to where he is, how he started, and where he's still going. He is still becoming. Welcome, Vyznary. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here.
My pleasure. So first, let's talk about the name Vyznary. Tell me how you got that name.
It's kind of funny. Like, I think we were going to pick up the kids one day, and like every day I was trying to get ideas from like different words and things like that. And then one day we drove past this like eye place. It had like vision and like big letters on the front. I'm like, vision. Like I put it in my phone and wrote it down. Like I had like a whole list of different names. But then from there, I like kind of like tried to change the lettering up, see how it looked and stuff like that. And then vision. Now I looked up the word vision, and I thought visionary, and I thought it kind of went with just how I kind of go about things. I'm always thinking about the future and what's to come, and so yeah, that's kind of how I thought about the name.
Nice. Once we start thinking, right, we can really get ideas will come from anywhere. So you seen the sign, and then that kind of hits you. So once we start creating and our creative mind starts to take form, then we're kind of being able to see the vision. So that's a pretty cool name. I like it. And how did you start singing?
I've always been like a shower singer type thing, but I didn't really start taking it seriously until after I met my girl. It was like one night we were like chilling or whatever, and we were in the car, and I told her that I could sing, and she didn't believe me. So I ended up getting out the car, recording something on my phone. It was like so cold outside. I was in Connecticut at the time, and I had played it back for her, and she was like, "Oh, wow, you really sing?" And then like that kind of gave me the confidence I needed to move forward. And um, actually, like a little bit down the line, I ended up working at a job where they didn't allow us to wear headphones. It was like a clean room type thing, and I ended up sneaking some headphones in and just playing some YouTube instrumentals, and that's kind of how I started writing my first song, which I didn't record that one yet, but that's how I started writing music, basically.
Very nice. So she heard something in your voice and kind of encouraged you. It's always good to have those people in your corner. And the fact that you are still together, that
Yeah,
means she spoke into what she saw and what she heard. And what a joy, what a gift that is to have people in your corner and someone in your corner such as that, a queen speaking into her king's life. How has that motivated you, just having someone stand by your side that kind of that builds you up? How does that lift you up in terms of creating music?
I think that's very important for me, just because I'm like my biggest enemy. Like I'll start telling myself, maybe you can't do this, and maybe this isn't for you, or um, maybe you're supposed to take a different route or something like that. So I think definitely having the people around you that support you and support what you want to do in your life is very important to becoming your best self. Um, I feel like we try to do that for each other, and we've grown. This has been 10 years in the running, so we've seen each other from kids till now. So definitely helped me a lot. Just taking stuff that we've gone through, taking just life experiences and putting it down, like kind of like in a journal for me. It's kind of like my way to just express myself and just get it all out.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So congratulations too. 10 years is huge. So
Yeah,
I like that. It's Black love, right? So
yeah,
I do like that, that stay in power and just meeting someone 10 years ago and still staying in it. That speaks volumes too. And I like to hear about that. So one of the things that I want to ask you is just kind of like a quick question for you. Overnight success or fulfilled journey along the way?
um, I wouldn't mind overnight success, but in my life, it's not gonna happen like that for sure. God. He's always wanted me to. I gotta learn stuff. For me, honestly, I gotta learn stuff the hard way. So I'll make a lot of mistakes, and then I'll finally get it. Um, but I feel like the journey will be more fulfilling once I get to where I want to get. It's just in the moment, it might not feel the greatest or feel like I'm, getting anywhere. But I just think, everyone has a different journey. So you got to go through it to get where you actually want to get in life. And you got to be willing to work for it. I think that's something that I'm even learning now, just to be able to say, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to work for it instead of just expecting things to come just because I feel like it's going to come.
Nice. So some work definitely comes with that dedication. Um, so your song is out, came out earlier this year, Gotta Be About Me. Tell me about how you came up with the concept. What does that song mean to you? Is that your first recording experience to get something out there that people can share in your on your along your journey? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so it's not my first song. It's not the first song I recorded, but it's the first song that I've actually put on platforms and stuff like that,
Nice,
I would say.
nice.
Um, that song is it goes into my relationship. Um, just basically going into, how you might lose yourself in a relationship and, um, both people, because you start out, you're so in love and you're just focused on each other. You kind of start to forget things like what you like to do or just making sure you're staying true to yourself, doing things that you want to do. So I felt like it was a good song that was good for me and my girl. We kind of, like I said, we grew up together from early 20s till now I'm 32, and just realizing that even though we're here and we love each other, um, you still gotta be who you are and do things. So like, even if it's just going to play basketball or taking a day to go get her nails done or something like that, just making sure that you're not losing yourself and just staying true to who you are.
A message that everyone could use, right? Because that can either be a relationship that is between like a romance kind of relationship. That can also go into parents and their children. That
Yeah.
can also go into your workplace, like your career. Like so, that's a message that can really resonate with a lot of people. So I'm hoping that you all have the opportunity to go and check out Gotta Be About Me by Visionary on all of the streaming platforms. Um, what does music mean to you?
Um, music, I feel like I'm kind of using. I feel like I'm using something that God gave me. Um, I feel like the fact that I'm able to write these songs and I'm able to sing them, and it becomes something. I don't think it's for no reason. Um, I'm not gonna sit here and say this is what I've always wanted to do all my life because it isn't. I've always been basketball. I want to play in the NBA. That was it. But I think just realizing that maybe the thing that you want to do the most, it might not be what you're supposed to be doing, and God, he'll have another way for you to still be fulfilled in your life. You just got to find different things that you like. And I think for me, I've been very stubborn as far as trying to find different things. Um, because I was just so stuck on that one thing. And
Mhm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're putting the work in, and if that's what you really want to do. But I think it is good to have different things that you enjoy to do, and that's what I found in music. I feel like it's a way for me to create because I like to create. Whether it's at work or making Excel sheets and stuff like that. Like I just like to create things, and I feel like the process of creating a song and it actually meaning something to me is even better. So
Right. And then hearing it back, knowing that actually started with a thought in your mind, and then
exactly,
it took on some legs and grew and became a real thing, right? A
yeah,
real text in life that will go on forever now.
yeah. Cause
And
I'll like sing a song to my girl, and like she might not hear it as far like for what it's gonna be. She'll be like,
Mhm,
oh yeah, that's good. But then like she doesn't hear like all the background and stuff that I've already got in my head that I'm gonna add in there, and all
mhm.
the different little sounds that I know is gonna make it just sound even better. So I think that's
Yeah,
the funnest part to me, just building, actually being in the studio and building the song from just the lyrics. But the
right.
lyrics are just the base. You got to add the little background stuff and vocals, all the different sounds to make it what it is.
Right. So that's almost like the finished product, right? That also is a thing in life. When we begin a thing, right? We don't know how good it's going to be. We don't know how good it can be. We don't know if it'll be good at all. But it's going to take us to begin to create and build upon that one thing, and then the finished product's always going to look like a gem. We kind of forget all the things that went along with the journey, and that's kind of why I like to do conversations with SHA'E, is because when people are on their journey, sometimes you have to take a step back before the finished product and kind of celebrate where you are in that journey,
Yeah,
because a lot of people are always looking for the bigger picture. Where am I heading? Where am I going? And I haven't gotten there yet. But a lot of times we don't take that middle of the journey to say, this is where I am. And although I'm not where I'm going to be, I've come a long way. In music, who would you say you're influenced by?
I would say my biggest influence is Mario for sure.
Mhm.
Mario Barrett for people who don't know. Um, I just grew up with his music. That's my boy. Our Mario. I say like Usher, um, Neo, people like that. I feel like, and then going back, I can say like Tevin Campbell because my mom used to play Tevin Campbell back in the day. So those are kind of like the main people there. But I kind of take everything from everybody. I'll listen to Chris Brown, I'll listen to Trey Songz, August Alsina, and kind of just hear how they control their voice and kind of take a little bit from everybody so that I can create my voice. Because I think before, like I would sing songs and try to sound like them, and I think now, like to be, when you write a song, you got to write and sing in your voice, and I think that was hard for me for a while, but I feel like I finally found my voice in music.
Nice. And that's a great list of people who you're influenced by. And I for sure can put your song on in a playlist up against everyone you just named, and it will flow right in.
Yeah,
So I enjoy the song. I listen to the song. It's a song that, I'm now getting my playlist together for our summertime events and our summertime gatherings. And so your song is in my playlist.
oh, thank
Gotta Be About Me again is streaming on all platforms. Y'all make sure y'all check out Visionary. Um, Light, who's the best concert that you ever seen?
you. The best one that I've been to, I haven't been to many. I've been like Trey Songz, Chris. I would say Chris Brown was probably the most entertaining, just because he dances and stuff like that. And it's
Hmm.
crazy that he's still able to sing and dance at the same time. So I would say probably that one. But actually no, I'm sorry. I went to an Usher concert way back in
Okay.
the day. That was the best one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Usher. Yeah,
Usher had to be giving the moves too, though.
yeah, man. He had like he had the rhinestone Sixers jersey and stuff, and the skate shoes. Yeah, it was nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I kind of feel like there would, you know, I don't like to take away anybody's talent, but I always say like there would be no, you know, Chris Brown may not have been
Yeah,
as, because I'm sure he gets some things from Usher, just like I could say Usher probably influenced by Michael Jackson and so on and so forth. So it always takes somebody to open the door for that gifts and creativity for the next person. My next question for you is, what sets you apart from other musicians coming up now?
I just think music is different now. Um, I don't think it's really R&B music that's
Right.
really being put out that much. Um, it's more so people want to hear songs that are like in the club or like songs they can bump to, which is nothing wrong with that. But I just think my music is more of experiences and feelings, and um, I haven't written a song that I couldn't kind of relate to. I might
Hmm.
have tweaked it a little bit, but I feel like um, most of my songs are going to be about actual experiences and feelings and things that either I went through or me looking at someone, how I feel like they felt.
Right.
Um, so I kind of take things like that. So I think that'll kind of set me apart, just because I grew up in the early '90s. So I think the music from then till now is like way different, and that's kind of where I kind of get my inspiration. Like that's why I like Mario, because he kind of sticks to where he was. He doesn't
Hmm.
try, you know, fit into the new music. He kind of stays true to himself, and that's
Right.
what I like to do.
Yeah, there are some people who I feel like that too, like Tyrese,
Yeah,
um, Tank. Like they can write a song now. They could have wrote a song 20 years ago, and it will still be, you know, they're going to be consistently giving hits. They're going to be consistently singing, and we're going to be able to be entertained by that. So I definitely agree. Music has changed, and I think like the 80s was great. Like so the 80s music, like hip hop was just starting, and really not really just starting, but really taking a form of its own. And everything kind of changed like late 90s coming into the new millennium.
yeah,
So definitely could really use some of that old, going back. I won't even call it old school, but maybe just going back to what music was recognized for,
yeah, for sure.
things like
It's
that.
just actually writing a song that really means something. I think that those are the songs that we all remember the most. You know, obviously we remember like party songs, stuff like that, but the songs
Mhm.
that you really like, you might need to hear.
Right.
Like if you're not feeling the best or something like that, you put on a song that that you know will make you feel better. You know, things like that.
Right. And we had touched on this too. Music is, first of all, music is universal, but in everybody's life, like we might not remember all of the things related to a circumstance or a scenario or a moment in time. We might not remember who was there. We might not, but if we hear a song that kind of sparks that memory, then we'll say, oh, wow, I remember when the song came on, or how I felt when I heard the song at my fifth grade dance, my first dance. And now I know who was there. Even what I had on, a song can really take us back in time. It's like
Yeah,
a
like
time machine.
car, I be driving in the car and like this they'll play like an old song on the radio and they'll put the year. I'm like, are you? This is like 20 years ago. Like it's crazy.
Hmm. And we used to think like when I was coming up, because I'm likely, you know, up there in your parents' age group. So when we were coming up, it was always like um, the old school jams. You know, those were like Aretha Franklin, James Brown, some real. I'm probably older than your parents actually, as I'm saying these songs, and then they, you know, but um, but so I used to think like in the '80s, like, so what's going to be old school music when I'm of age? Is it going to be like MC Hammer? Like, is this going to be coming on or old school jams? So you do always want those classic songs that are not, sometimes not a dance tune, maybe something that you can vibe to, like I said, at a family gathering or a family cookout, or even on Saturday morning cleaning up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to have that smooth groove music that we kind of used to.
Yeah.
That's important. So our title of our show is Faith Over Fear. I want you to kind of dig in. First of all, I want to say that you speak a lot about singing in from an emotional place and not being afraid of that. And so I want to commend you because a lot of times, a lot of this music is based on what people have, not how you feel, but what you have and what you're getting the bag. And I'm chasing the bag, and not really valuing the relationship between a love affair or something like that. So to hear you say, you know what, my gift is I'm going to use that to tune into my emotions and to sing from a place, um, that to me is big, and I think we need more of that. So good job on that
Thank
for
you.
sure.
I think for me too, like I've always been known as like the quiet guy, like through high school. I'm always like the quiet guy. So I feel like music is definitely um, a way for me to have a voice and actually put it out there, and so people can see like truly who I am.
Hmm.
Because to a lot of people, I'm probably like a mystery. Like they don't really know that much about me. So I feel like just listening to my music, you kind of get a feel for who I am, and you know,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's powerful. That's good stuff there. That's good stuff there. Um, the fact that you're now telling your own story, right? And so you're definitely, I mean, that's huge. That to me, just even saying that, when you hear this back, just to say, you know what, I've always been the quiet person, although you've always had a voice, but maybe singing these songs is going to be a voice for you. And I hope that reaches somebody out there who likes to sing, who enjoys writing, or who enjoys creating, whatever it might be in any type of art form. Let your gift speak for you. Maybe
yeah,
you don't, maybe you're not the person in the crowd that's going to have the biggest thing to say, but allow your creativity to come out in any way it can. That's big. That definitely is a takeaway, a gem that you just dropped.
yourself um, to limit yourself as far as your gifts, and to limit yourself as far as things that you just want to do in your life, just because of what you think other people are going to think about it. You have to be, you know, you got to be true to yourself and do what's going to make you happy, and trust that you taking that first step to even trying to do it, that it's going to work out. You just have to really trust in yourself to do that, because you'll waste a lot of time. And I read something, I forget who said it. They were like, the I think it was Kobe. He said, um, one of the worst things that we can do is, like, we think we have time.
Mm,
And I
wow.
think that's been for me. That really resonated, because I've always been like that. I always be like, oh, I'll do it eventually. I'll do this, instead of just stopping and be like, I'm gonna do this now.
Hmm.
We waste a lot of years, and that could be years where you could be living the life that you want to live.
Oh, that's deep. That's good. That's good. I have this thing, I'll say, because I read it somewhere. It's like day one or one day, either one, right? Either
Yeah,
one. Or if you're afraid of doing something, it's like you'll never really know how far you could have gone because you allowed that fear to um to settle in. And then eventually when you do pick up that gift or talent, you, like you just said, like, Kobe's a great example because he did, all of those great things. And then when it was time for him to build with his family, time was cut short.
yeah,
You know, um, Respect, much respect. So our title here is Faith Over Fear. And this kind of leads us right into that question, like, did you have fear? And I know that you said that, singing wasn't your first thing. It seemed like you felt very comfortable and confident in basketball. What happened in that, like, that kind of made that not be, the journey or the path that you would remain on? And was it fearful to kind of find something else? How did your faith tie in?
yeah. Um, I feel like it was kind of just what I talked about. As far as just time. I always thought I had time, and I wasn't really putting in all the work that I should have been putting in, and putting myself in a position to be successful in that. So yeah, I think for me, it's always been just getting started. Just actually doing it. I would go to the gym and work out and do stuff like that, but I wasn't doing it to the point to where it was going to lead me somewhere, I feel. And I think that, um, yeah, I mean, I think it's just that and getting inside my head, just creating the doubt and, eventually just not going for it, getting to a certain age, thinking maybe I'm too old now, things like that. That's kind of how it led to that. Um, Music kind of just came
Mhm.
organically. Um, it wasn't anything like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this. It was just I ended up just started writing music and found out that I enjoyed it. And I feel like that's how a lot of people find certain things they enjoy. Just doing something, trying something different, and just allowing things to come in your life and not being stubborn just because it's something that you want. Just being open with your journey.
Right. That's so powerful. And in doing that, there is definitely a word in the blueprint, as I like to refer to, that says, walk by faith and not by sight. So if somebody is out there and they want to kind of try something new, or even think about something that they can do, it's always like, just go for it. Like,
Yeah,
put your faith over your fear and just go for it. Like, walk by your faith and not by your sight. So
yeah,
I
definitely
thank you for that.
early on. Don't wait till you're late, almost 30 or early later. Do it as early as possible. Just try it. It's no the worst thing that could happen is it doesn't work out, and then you can try something else. That's the worst thing that could happen.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Is somebody too old to get started?
Um, I mean, I think it depends on what you're trying to do. You
Mhm.
can't be like obviously can't be like 60, 70 years old trying to play basketball, but I don't think there's much of an age limit on anything. I feel like you'll pretty much find a story in everything where age didn't matter.
Right.
Um, I think it's just this is more of a will thing. Are you willing to do this? Are you willing to work for it? Um, and do you have what it takes? Do you have the gifts or special skills that are needed for it?
Getting out of your own way, releasing that fear, taking the class, it could be a free class on a YouTube module. It could be, even asking people in your own family, like, hey, what can I do? Or how can you allow me to allow my light to shine? So that's good. That was a good
Knowing
answer.
also knowing who to let in, as far as
Mm,
knowing who to tell your dreams and who to tell the things that you want to do, because they can make you get inside your head, or they can discourage you from even trying to do it. So just make sure you got the people that you need and that you trust with that, so that
right.
you are able to go and take that first step and try.
That's huge. Yeah, that's huge, because people will kill someone's dream. I can come to you with maybe a hook, and I could say, "Hey, listen, how you like this?" And you might say, "I'm not really, I'm not really feeling that." But just because that one person that you present something to is not feeling it, doesn't mean that the other uh, billions and billions of people in the world wouldn't be feeling it too. There's those billions of people who will be feeling it. Maybe that's the only person who won't. So don't let people, that's a good takeaway. A good gem is, share it with the right people. And if you find that you're sharing your talents with someone and they're not really feeling it, maybe it's time to get into a different, maybe that's a small group. And maybe you
Yeah,
need to get into a group of people with a little bit larger minds, a little bit broader aspects and thinking,
yeah,
things like
exactly.
that. So that's a good point. So here on Faith Over Fear, I like to allow my guest to reintroduce themselves. So to allow me to reintroduce yourself. And when I'm asking you that, it's not particularly who you are today, it's who you are becoming. So speak to yourself. It's like, that you've already sold out the concert stadium and you've already signed new artists or wherever it is that you're going. Kind of speak to me. And right now, Vyznary, allow me to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah, so I mean, I am Vyznary, but I'm also Julien Johnson. So I can separate the both. Um, I am a human being. I am somebody that is still learning every day, just like everybody else. Um, Still trying to become the best version of myself. I feel like that's something that doesn't stop. It shouldn't stop. Just every day should be a day where you're trying to do better or trying to see certain areas in your life where you can progress more. You can, just be a better person in that area. So um, that's what Vyznary is. That's what Julien is. Just a man trying to be the best version of himself, trying to do something to support his family, um, and hopefully inspire people who do listen to my music.
Well, I'm certainly inspired. I certainly am. And I know that just being able to listen to your story, I know that others will be inspired too. And tell us tell our listener today, how do we stay connected with you? How do we continue on your journey? How do we watch you grow? How do we listen to your music?
Yeah, so the easiest way is my Instagram. It is at Vyznary, Vyznary, at Vyznary. On there, I have my Linktree link, and that'll show you all my other socials like Twitter, um, Facebook page, and the links to my music. So that's the easiest way to get to me.
Awesome. So I'll also have those links up for people to be able to get into. I'll also add your link tree in there so that they can get to you and continue to watch you along your path. So congratulations in advance. And I am grateful for the opportunity to speak to you today. I hope that you're inspired by the man of the hour, Julien, AKA Vyznary, because as I said, I certainly am. I want to again thank you for your time. I'm grateful. I really learned a lot about you today. And I'm encouraged. I also pray that you are encouraged by what you've been able to speak about. I hope that I help, encourage you to dig deep a little bit. And I thank you for that. I hope you take some time out to celebrate yourself and your accomplishments, how far you've come so far. And I hope you allow to continue to put your faith over fear. Julien, it seems that it's onward and upward from here for you. I hope that more people will tap in and that you will continue to pour out what makes the world a better place just by using your gifts. I am very proud of you, and I know that the world will feel your impact. Is there anything else I haven't asked you or something else that you would like to share?
No, I think this was a great conversation. I think I need to do more of this, to be honest. Just opening myself up and being able to speak. I'm not the greatest speaker. I'm not the greatest communicator. Okay? So that's another thing I'm still trying to get better at. So thank you for having me here to have this conversation. Definitely, everybody go subscribe to this YouTube. Faith Over Fear. Definitely subscribe. SHA'E's a great person to speak to, listen to. Very genuine. So yeah, look forward to see what's going on with you too.
I appreciate that. I appreciate those words of affirmation. I received that, and too, yeah, I do hope that people are inspired to like, share, comment, tell us how we can get better. If you want to have a conversation, reach out. So it looks like the vision is clear. Love your life. Until next time, be excellent to yourself, because it gotta be about me. So it gotta be about you. So be excellent. Put yourself first. Sometimes it's okay to do that. And I just want to say peace, blessings, love, and light. And until next time, you keep creating, you keep encouraging, and you keep knowing that it got to be about you. Blessings, my friend.